So now that we've separated into groups, the first thing I want everyone to do is there's going to be something right next to my name, and it's going to say live. And I want everyone to click on that. So I'm going to send a poll underneath CS polls. Once again, a poll underneath CS polls. And if you click on that text channel, you will see my poll. And I'm going to ask you guys if you were able to join the live. Were you able to join my live feed?
Go to the polls.
All right, I'm in.
You are?
Yeah, I'm in. Hold
Do you
on.
hear something saying watch stream?
Yeah, join stream. Okay, I'm here.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I'm in.
Are you joining the live feed?
Alright.
Is this the live feed? I don't know.
Okay, so can you guys see my, yeah, I'm guessing you guys are able to join my live feed, and now you guys can look at my screen. Okay, so most of you guys have clicked on that, so I'm just going to assume you did, and we're going to go forward, okay? So there's something I just first want to get out of the way before we even start this. So coding is a really intuitive process. It's a process, right? So you keep learning throughout. So, and a big part of learning how to code is asking questions. So that's why. So I wouldn't be able to run this myself, but I do have my wonderful partner in crime, Marion Creekmore. Say hi, Marion.
Hi.
So if you guys have any questions at any time ever, please type in the CS discussion group 1, and she'll be answering all of those questions, okay? Have you guys watched Spider-Man Homecoming? She's literally like Ned. You know, she's the girl in the chair.
No,
so...
I'm not. Oh my gosh.
Okay, anyway, so we're just going to get started with the lectures, okay? So...
Wait, I think we should introduce ourselves,
Oh, shoot, yeah. So my name's Nathan, and I'll be one of your tutors.
My name is Marion Creekmore. I'll also be one of our tutors. We're both incoming seniors at College Park.
Yeah, we were both in computer science CSA, and we both took the AP test. I recently got a 5 on it, so, and Marion, so hopefully we can be reasonably competent in answering any of the questions you might have. So we're going to start off with, obviously, so yeah, we'll get started. Is there anything else, Marion?
I think we're good.
Okay, sounds good. So if you guys are all looking at my screen right now, so I'm going to start presenting. Anyway,
Hello.
we are doing computer science, and we're doing the introduction to coding. So what are we going to be doing today? We're going to just introduce how coding works and the concepts behind it, some applications, and then finally we're going to get into Scratch, which is the introductory coding language that you guys are going to be working with. It's block based as opposed to like text, like writing stuff. You just drag stuff onto the screen. So the syntax and typing stuff out is much easier. So you guys can really just focus on learning that coding logic that would be needed in any kind of language you're learning in the future. So what is coding? Coding is essentially a specific set of instructions that are executed by a computer, and it's the way that we can communicate with humans, computers and machines, right? So we tell the computer to do something and it will do it. And one of the great things about computers and computer science as a field is it's growing immensely, right? The demand for software engineers and everything related to computer science is growing like crazy because computers are the future, okay? They can do stuff way faster than you or I could. So if you're able to know how to use the computers, then obviously you'll be at an advantage in any job or really in any place you go. So there's a lot of potential to programming besides within the job fields because there's tons of work that's involved in it, right? You can do things, everything from software development to game development, web development. There's something called machine learning and artificial intelligence, which has recently become really popular. It's where machines are able to essentially detect stuff, use like pixels on a camera. They can convert them into, and it can essentially convert them and process them through an algorithm, and essentially like show the computer can essentially say, hey, this, I took a picture of an apple, and it can say, yes, this is an apple. And there's a lot of things like detecting diseases, self-driving cars, and recommender systems, all of which apply machine learning and AI concepts. Lots of business. You know, have you guys ever seen like Spotify or Amazon or whatever? They recommend like music or another product you want to buy. And this is like recommender systems, and this is a lot of what businesses use in data science because they're able to analyze their customer reviews. They're able to analyze what their customers are seeing, store that information, and they're able to accurately recommend new products and other stuff that you might want to use as well. Also, medicine, obviously, you can analyze the genome sequences, and go from there and find mutations and experiment on them. So I'm going to show you guys a video of some really influential programmers, okay? Tell me if you Marion, can you make a poll to make sure they're able to hear the video, okay?
Right, yes.
It might be a little laggy, so I'm just going to put on subtitles. I'm not sure. Oh, we may not watch the whole thing though, just for time's sake. So yeah.
In 1984, when I was 8 years old.
I was in 6th grade.
I learned to code in college.
Freshman year, first semester, intro to computer science.
I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
I think it was pretty humble beginnings. I think the first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you?
I first learned how to make a green circle and a red square appear on the screen.
The first time I actually had something come up and say, hello world, and I made a computer do that. It was just astonishing.
Learning how to program didn't start off as wanting to learn all of computer science or trying to master this discipline or anything like that. It just started off because I wanted to do this one simple thing. I wanted to make something that was fun for myself and my sisters. And I wrote this little program and then basically just add a little bit to it. And then when I needed to learn something new, I looked it up either in a book or on the internet and then added a little bit to it.
It's really not unlike kind of playing.
Okay, so I think I've played enough of the video for you guys to get the idea. A lot of the new up-and-coming people in our society, they're using programming to their own advantage, and they're able to create amazing things. There's also another video of some lady playing Chrome Dinosaur with her mind, so that's pretty neat. I think she's like thinking of jumping or something. I'm not entirely certain how it works, but it just shows that like the possibilities are endless, okay? Can you guys still see the screen? Marion, can you
Yeah.
answer? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So,
Yes.
moving onward, we're just gonna, there's a lot of potential programming, so these are some fun things that we've made. Steve, another mentor, he made a cool
He made a
project.
game on Scratch.
Yep. Here's some other cool, there's other cool projects. So what we're gonna get into right now is the maze activity, and this is just essentially a warm-up. You guys are gonna get the idea of how like step-based coding works. So you're gonna write, so in the chat, okay, in CS discussion group 1, okay, CS discussion group 1, you're gonna write down the steps you need to get from the start of the maze to the end of the maze, and just put them in the chat, okay? For example, like if you want the little arrow thing to go up 1, so you'd put up 1. If you want down, then down, and you know what I'm saying. And basically you're essentially programming it to go through the maze.
Nathan, for a lot of people, the screen is black.
Is that so? That's very interesting. I'm gonna stop streaming and start again, okay?
Oh,
so
I can barely.
You guys just hold tight. Okay, hopefully you can see it now. Is it good, Marion, do you think?
Well, I can see it, but I don't know about other people.
Make sure you click the live button right by my name, okay? Just to make sure. I'm just gonna make it full screen so it's a little bigger.
I'm just gonna make a poll.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, once you guys basically understand, then, or whatever Marion decides. Anyway, this program, yeah, it's designed to make sure that you guys can understand how the steps in coding work. So each thing is step-based. You can't do one thing before the other, and you have to be extremely explicit with what you're coding because that's how computers work. They can't like infer anything what you're saying. They can't just be like, "Oh, go this way." You know what I mean? And you just point to it. That's not how it works. You have to be extremely explicit with your definitions to make sure that the computer does exactly what you want. And that's one of the big things about coding. Okay, oh yeah, by the way, so
I'm
this
just
is one thing.
changing the
Yeah,
instructions in the chat.
Yeah, that's a problem. So, we did not predict this. So when you're typing a message, okay, once you've done one step, I want you to press Shift Enter, okay? And that will put you to a new line without making you send the entire thing. Once again, that's Shift plus Enter. So I just typed it in the chat. If you want to go onto a new line, make sure to press Shift Enter so you can get that new line, okay? Because if you just keep typing in one step, then we're never going to be able to see.
We're never gonna know what you're saying. I mean, what you're doing.
So if you need to, just start over. Whenever you want to type a new line, type in Shift and then Enter. Okay? It takes a little bit of practice to get through, but I'm sure you guys can do it.
Hey Nathan, there seems to be a lot more people in CS Group 1.
Okay.
So if some of y'all want to hop over to CS Group 2 instead, we're both on the maze activity. So just so it'll be a little bit more balanced. And like the chats go crazy.
Yeah. So that's another one of our mentors. I think that's Katie. So
yes,
if you guys are cool with it, you might just have to hop over to another call. Also, okay, yeah, whatever. His name is Nigel Iwakan. Do what he did. You can just put commas between them. That's a really good idea. Thanks for doing that. Says yeah. Awesome. I'm just gonna send a poll, okay? Whenever you tell me when you guys are done. Okay? Because we're not really able to see like exactly who's completed it without like going through everybody, and that's kind of hard. Once again, that's in CS polls. If you've completed the maze activity, please just check mark or yeah, just do it when you're done.
I'm just gonna move a few people to the second group.
Yeah, so if you get moved, I'm sorry, but we're both on the maze activity and we teach the same curriculum, group 1 and 2, so it won't make much of a difference, essentially. However, when Marion does, you will need to change yourself to CS Discussion Group 2. Once again, you'll need to change the text channel to CS Discussion Group 2 to make sure that you're texting in the right place, okay? Once it hits like 13 people or 15 people, I'm gonna just move on, okay? So yeah, if you want the thing to move up, you obviously, it's by squares, so if you want it to move up 1, you type in up 1, and then eventually you can submit your answers, okay? There's no real, it's kind of difficult to check, but this is rather intuitive, so we're just going to assume you got it right. So just, yeah, complete the maze.
I'm not sure whether we should completely assume that they got it right. I don't know. Well, maybe we should like just tell them our answers.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just tell you the answer, I guess. The answer to this is up 1, right 3, up 2, left 2, up 2, right 2, up 1, right 2, up 5, left 5, and then up 1. So if your answers match something like that, awesome, okay? You guys are doing great. But, okay, if you want me to move on, if you don't want me to move on, please dislike the last poll I put in CS polls. Otherwise, I'm just going to move on. Okay. So a lot of people are going in. This is good stuff. There will also be other groups, by the way. If you look at polls, there will be other groups putting in polls as well. But just so you know, if it says Marion, Creekmore, or Nathan win, that's going to be for us, okay? Otherwise, it's for the other group. Sounds good. So we're going to move on. We need you guys to log into Scratch, and this is going to be an interesting challenge. I'm going to post the link into the
group chat.
Okay, yeah, the group chat.
Oh,
Okay.
announcement?
No, it's fine. I'm going to put it inside the CS Group 1 discussion, and I want you guys to click on this link so you can get in to Scratch. So you're gonna need to like open like a tab, I guess. Essentially, all you have to do is once you're on that website, you basically. Okay, well you don't have to sign in, by the way. All you have to do is essentially click create to just start coding, okay? Once you're in the when you're in the website, all you have to do is I just make it a little bigger. There's a create button once you log in. I mean, once you click enter for the thing.
Wait, should we get them to sign up first?
I think it requires email, so that might be relatively difficult to go through. Most of the activities today are relatively small, so it should be
Katie's getting them to sign up.
Okay, never mind. So we're gonna get you guys to sign up, okay? So I'm gonna walk you through it essentially, okay? Are you guys still following me? Marion, can you see my screen? Is it on Scratch?
I can see it.
Okay, cool.
Do we create an account?
Yes, that is what we're doing right now. So just follow me, okay? So we're gonna want to click join and then create a username.
Wait.
Create a
Are you?
Actually, wait. I'm gonna.
Are you trying to share like a different screen, like Scratch?
Does it not work? Is it not working?
Oh, now it is.
Okay, cool. So anyway, you're gonna want to click join in the main page, and then you're gonna be here. It won't load the page. Is that so? If you're having trouble, you can just type in Scratch onto your search bar and click the first one.
It will be scratch.mit.edu.
Yeah. So just once everyone gets, okay, yeah. if you can log in, please log in, and we'll get to you as soon as possible, but this might take a minute. Yeah, this might take a minute. So everyone please just join Scratch, right? And then create an account, essentially.
Nathan, do you need any help or anything?
Everything seems to be going okay. We're trying to get people Scratch accounts, so we'll see what happens.
Alright.
Yeah, you just select what country. And then, okay, so, yeah, they do keep it private, and it doesn't, you can put your actual age where you're born in, unlike Discord, because Scratch is designed for really anyone to use. So just make sure, wait, Marion, can they still see me? Just make sure and...
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, once you get to the email section, you're going to want to just put in an email that you can access, right? Your own email or someone else's email. And then, yeah. So you can put in your own email. You can fill in your own email to there, and it's going to create your account. And then get started.
I'm putting a poll in, similar to Katie's poll, so.
Yeah, so Marion will be putting in a poll. It's just going to say, were you able to sign up for Scratch? If you're having trouble,
You can just
please
click
type it in the
create
discussion.
at the top.
Yeah, if you really just can't get it, you won't be able to necessarily save your work, but you can just click it every single time, and you'll just have to redo what you did the day before, essentially. You don't necessarily have to, after this lecture, you guys can sign into your email and really confirm the account, but, yeah, you can just type, what did Marion say again? You can just sign into Scratch. You don't even have to confirm the email to start doing it. But I got some stuff about, I've been told that my screen's black, so I'm gonna just stop streaming and then start streaming again. So make sure you click live to keep updated with my stuff, okay? Okay, hopefully you guys can see everything now. So once we get to around 15 people signed up for Scratch, I'm just gonna move on, okay guys? So hopefully you're on your way to signing up for Scratch. The other group's a little ahead of us, so. By the way, you're going to want to sign up for
Nathan, were you saying something?
Yeah.
No.
Said you're gonna sign up for...
Okay, just sign up for Scratch, okay, guys? And make sure and do it underneath Marion Creekmore, okay? Because I know there's multiple polls that are the same thing, but Marion's your tutor, and Katie is from another one, so make sure and sign up to hers, okay? You know what? It's been long enough, and I'm tired of waiting. So we're gonna just get into it, okay? So you're just gonna want to press create. And yeah, once you press create, it should be loading the project, and we should be getting into it, okay? So tell me, yeah. It should be fine, but can you guys see the just make sure you can see the cat thing in the user screen. So I'm gonna just assume you guys are able to do that. Just click create, and you should be on the coding window where it has the cat and a bunch of things. So the first thing we're gonna want to do is I'm gonna flip back. Sorry about this. I'm gonna have to flip back to the slides. Can you still see them, Marion? Can you see my new slide? The slides.
The slides. Yes, I can see the
Okay.
slides.
So the first activity we're gonna do is just make the cat say hello. So the way you do this, the way Scratch works, is you're gonna want to drag blocks from onto. You're gonna want to drag block. Oh yeah. First, so if you can see the video, underneath, you're gonna just basically the way Scratch works is you drag blocks onto the screen. So this is essentially how it works. You can see that we just have the answers right here, just to make sure you guys understand how to basically drag blocks onto the screen. So Marion's gonna create a poll that's gonna say like, once you've completed this first activity, just check mark it, okay? So under CS polls, she's going to send a poll on whether you were able to complete the first activity and just draw stuff or not, okay? So once this hits like 10 or 12 people, we're gonna just continue, okay? So just tell me, Marion, when that happens.
Chat 6 right now. 7. 8. 9. There are 4 down thumbs.
Okay, so, if you have a down thumb, please go into the discussion, CS discussion group 1, once again, CS discussion group 1, and type in what's happening to you right now. So, I guess Marion will get to that. Okay, yeah. If you can't sign up for an account, we might just take you after. We might just stay after, and we'll deal with your complaint. And then, yeah. So enough people have said they've completed the first activity, so we're gonna go into the second one. Oh wait, we already did that.
It was just an intro on how to. So
yeah.
For Scratch, these yellow blocks with that kind of have like a, I don't know what you like, a curve on them. Those are control blocks. They're like, they tell them when they need to start and stuff. So the one with the green flag, if you can go back, Nathan.
I'm gonna, oh wait, okay, so I'm gonna just, can you guys see my next screen? Wait, Marion, can you see my Scratch screen?
I can see, they can't. They're saying no, they can't.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back again, okay? So I'm gonna stop streaming and then stream again, okay? Okay, guys, can you see it now? Cool, I see one yes. So I'm just gonna continue anyway. So Marion, continue what you were saying earlier?
So for Scratch, that green flag thing, that's what you usually use to do any command when the check mark is clicked, because that just tells you that the program started. That's like, start the program, run it.
See, so when we did the first activity, when the green flag was clicked, we were able to say hello, and you can see the cat saying hello. So you have to, basically the way Scratch works is you create the code, right? And then you click the green flag, and then it goes. So as you can see, when I clicked the green flag, after that it was able to say hi. So you can see the cat saying hi. So I'm gonna have to go back to the slides, which means I'm going to stop streaming and start streaming again. I'm sorry for this back and forth, by the way. But yeah, we're gonna go just to moving around, okay? So basically, it's going, so you're gonna wanna just put in these code blocks, and make the cat go into random positions. Essentially, there's different categories, right? This first category is called, this blue category is called motion, and this controls the motion of the cat, right? You can make the cat go in any direction you want. You can change where it's turning. You can, yeah, when you can change where it's turning, you can make it go to certain locations, etc. So it's all about the motion of the cat. And yeah. So Marion's going to send a poll and just determine how many people were able to complete the second activity moving around. Once we hit 10, then we should be good.
Wait, that should. Okay.
Once again, when you're able to complete the second activity called moving around, just put in the CS polls, tell us that you're completed. Tell us that you're good. So click in CS polls and just say, yeah, I'm good, you know, comment on it.
Okay.
Have we hit 10 yet?
Someone had a question or something. The screen.
Okay, are you guys good with that?
PLC said they don't know what to do and they need help.
Okay, so essentially, when you're in this thing, all you have to do, I mean, okay, yeah, wait, Marion, how far are we along in getting people to say like they're good? Because
for the CS polls, we have
yeah,
13.
So most of the people have completed their first assignment, so
But there are a few people that don't get what they're doing. Can you do like a
okay, I'm gonna
an overview or like do instead of like
okay, I
can you
changed the
do
way I
what do you
share.
call it, like a walkthrough?
Yeah, sure. So can you guys see my scratch screen? Marion, can you see it? Can everyone else see it?
I can see it, but I don't know about other people.
Okay, it might have taken a moment.
Yes.
Some people, there are a lot of people that say they can't see
Okay,
it.
so once again, I'm gonna just stop streaming again, and I'm gonna share my screen, and hopefully this will make it better. Sorry for the slow pace of the lesson. It's just technical errors, and yeah, it's tough.
Here, I have a question. What is everyone like? What are they using? Are they using a laptop, their phone, or an iPad or something?
Make sure and click, once again, make sure and click the live button next to my name to make sure you're seeing everything.
Here, let's see. If you're using a computer, I suggest you download Discord onto it instead of using a browser.
Okay, so I created a poll in underneath CS polls. Are you able to see my screen? So click CS polls, and if you're able to see my screen, just, yeah, please like that and subscribe. Just kidding. So I'm gonna show you all guys what is happening in Discord. In Scratch once again. So hopefully you can see my screen. You drag blocks over. There's different types of blocks, including events. Like this one, the green flag one. This is a big one because you're just gonna be able to see, like, guess what? This starts, right? It's gonna start when green flag is clicked, you just click it and then it'll run the code. Okay, good stuff.
And then
yeah.
So playing around with these different blocks, they have different commands. And so, you have the motion that makes the cat move around or just go somewhere else. And then you have the looks that change the appearance of the cat. Sound that plays sound, obviously.
Okay.
So those are just some basic stuff.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to the next activity. I changed the way I'm screen sharing, so Marion, can you see my screen?
I can see it.
Okay. So I'm gonna just assume everyone's able to go on.
But
yeah.
Okay, I don't know why, but a lot of people so for my laptop it does change with yours, Nathan, but for some people it doesn't, I suppose. I don't know. Wait, I guess Rodrigo said never mind. Okay, never mind.
Anyway, we're just gonna keep moving forward. So we're just gonna make the cat move all over the place, okay? So I'm gonna go into present. It might take a minute because of the lag. And basically, we're gonna practice with the motion blocks when the space. So once you click the green flag, right? So we're just gonna make some code for this. Hopefully everything's taken through. But this code was pretty simple as well. So just when the flag moves, the cat moves as well. Okay?
When the space is the space.
Just move in certain directions. So it's moving on the x coordinate axis and the y coordinate axis. I'll go over that way more in a bit, okay? So we're just gonna keep moving forward. So what we want to do is code the cat to move in a square once you click the flag, okay? Using the flag blocks and the glide blocks, as you can see on this thing. So Marion's gonna create a poll whenever you guys are finished with making it glide in a square. Wait. Yeah, move it in a square when it clicks the flag. So one thing I want to get into.
Nathan, you're saying something?
Yeah, so one thing I want to get into is the coordinate axis. So that's the way you're going to be able to actually do this. Sorry about that. Can you guys click by my name live and just continue? I don't know why it messed up, but it did. So, yeah. I want to get into one thing with you guys that might be a difficult concept to grasp. So, the way to make the cat move in a square, right? The code is like, no, not this one. So, essentially, the plane that the cat is on, right? The plane of motion that the cat is on is essentially a graph, okay? So, if you can move on the x coordinate and on the y coordinate. So, if you want the cat to move to the right 2, you're going to put x plus 2, right? It's because you want the cat to move 2 blocks, 1, 2, in the x direction. What?
Your screen sharing stopped.
That's really interesting. I'm sorry, guys. It seems to just be spontaneously. Okay, so once again, we're going to go over this concept. It might be kind of difficult to grasp, but hopefully you guys can get it. So when you want the cat to move in a certain X or Y direction, like you saw in that glide block, the cat is essentially on a plane like a graph, okay? So if you want the cat to move in to the right, it's just like an X, Y graph, right? So if you want the cat to move to the right, you put 2 over, right? You X plus 2, the X coordinate plus 2. If you want the cat to move upward, right, you put on the Y axis plus 2, and so on and so forth for left, right, and center. So that's how you're going to be wanting to make a square. Use that to make a square.
Well, if you're gonna use the glide button, you're essentially telling it which X and Y position you want it to go to. So you're going to have to, in your mind, like say, to change the X coordinate by you can't just say change X coordinate by +2. You'll have to add 2 to the original number you started at.
So a lot of people, I guess, haven't been able to make it yet. So I'm just going to walk through. Can you see my screen still?
I can
What's
see it.
essentially happening. So what we're going to want to do is make the cat glide in certain directions. So the best way of doing this would be to glide. We want the cat to move to the right, then we want it to move down, then we want it to move left, and then up, just like in a square. So if we want to add the X to the, so if we want to make it move to the right, as I was saying earlier, we want to move in an X coordinate. So we're going to add to the X coordinate, right? So we're going to add 15. Let's, 50. If we want it to move down, we're going to want it to move in a Y coordinate direction. So we're going to put -50 because on the Y axis going down would be like subtracting 50. If we want it to move left on a graph, that would be -50. And if we want it to move right on the graph, it would be +50 on the Y axis to make it move upward. So hopefully you can see this. It's going to essentially make the cat move.
Wait.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Apparently. So your screen's kind of frozen.
Is that so? Can you see all the glide blocks I put?
No, it just says say bye. Oh, there, it changed.
Okay, so yeah. This is essentially the answer to it. It is, not essentially is. It is the answer to it. You want to glide on to go right, you put Y plus X coordinate +50. If you want it to move down, you're going to put the Y axis -50. If you want it to move left, which is the opposite of right, you're going to want to move in the X axis in the opposite direction, which is -50, and then up is Y +50.
This is, again, it's not essentially, it's not saying that you need to move 50 up. This is a coordinate system, so it's saying what coordinate position it wants to move to. So the first block says to move to X position 50, Y position 0. So that's why he has the different. So like you're just adding stuff to it and subtracting stuff. Okay. So like if you were to use this with not if it wasn't starting at 0, you were like doing it at X position 200, then you add like 50 to that. You do like move to X position 250, move to Y position -250 or something like that.
Yeah, so once you guys were able to do that, please type in the polls, little check mark, okay?
Here.
Once that hits a high enough, then we'll keep moving on.
I'm gonna do another poll because I don't know if I explained that well.
If you guys, if you don't understand, please click the thing called CS polls and dislike the message. Okay, I'm gonna say most people understand. So we're just gonna move onward, okay? So hopefully you can see that my screen has my screen changed, Marion. We're gonna go back to the lesson.
Your screen has changed back to the slides.
Awesome. Okay, so we're just gonna move forward from here. Oh wait, yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. The cat lays on a graph. The cat lays on the white screen, essentially like a graph with x and y coordinates. So adding and subtracting x and y will move the cat's position accordingly.
This is a different solution. It doesn't matter what, like, because it depends on where the cat starts on how big you want the square to be. So Nathan had the cat start in a different position, and here on this solution the cat starts in a different solution in a different spot than where Nathan had it.
Okay, yeah, so if you look at this solution, hopefully you guys can see it. It moves to the certain coordinates, right? So it moves first to coordinate x50, y50, which is far away from 0, 0, right? And then it moves down to x50, y negative 50, which would be in the second, I believe the fourth quadrant. I might be wrong about that. And then it moves into the third quadrant, which is negative x negative 50, y negative 50, and then into the second quadrant, which is x negative 50, y 50. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Hopefully they understand.
I think it's pretty good.
So yeah, that's about it for this lesson. Wait, can you see it? Has my screen changed?
Yes.
Okay, so what we've learned is how does coding work, a lot of the potential it could have in the future. We also know that computers are extremely precise, right? So they need exact instructions in order to work. We also figured out how to make the cat print stuff and how to move the cat.
So for before you get to the next lesson on during the next lesson on Wednesday, I suggest you guys play around with Scratch, look at the different blocks, figure out what they do. Play with the motion and the look and the sound blocks, get a feel for how to use it. I know we didn't go over that much, and that this was a little bit was very quick, so
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can do in Scratch. Like you can play music and like make games, so it's pretty cool. You should definitely check it out.
I just put a poll. So we're pretty much done with the curriculum for today. But obviously you should totally play around with Scratch, figure out kind of how it works. But I also sent a poll. If you guys need help with Discord, please like the message, okay? And we can see who reacted, and then we'll deal with it accordingly. But it doesn't seem like many people need help. So once again, that's under CS polls. We're just gonna see if you guys need help with Discord and Scratch as well. So I'll edit
you can
that.
also send us a direct message by clicking
Yeah, if you right click us or something, you can send a message here. Yeah, so if you right click one of our icons, press the message button on the top, you should be able to send a message to us. Oh, sorry. Hi Nathan, how are you?
Buenos dias. It's nice to meet you guys. Anyway, if we're gonna be pretty much done for today. If you guys want a bonus little round, try to make we didn't actually go over this in class, but try to make the cat say your own name, okay? So it's relatively simple, but make sure try to get the cat to say your name. That could be fun. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't think we have anything left for today. So you guys are
Thank
pretty
you so
the-
much for joining. And if you guys have any questions or anything, just tell us. And if you guys have any like feedback, like what we need to do better, please send that.
By the way, the pace of the lesson was really slow today. That's just because people are still getting used to Discord and if they don't understand it and stuff. And also we had some troubles with screen sharing. Obviously next time it'll be way faster, right? It'll be actually more learning as opposed to just seeing if you're seeing my screen is shared and all that stuff. So please stick around for next time. It'll be much better.